Hi, my name is Lakeisha from the Lakeisha Network. I am here to remind you to go to your Google or Apple App Store. Simply type the word LAKESHA and then search to install and download the Lakeisha Alert app to stay up to date on my new superior features. Subscribe to my YouTube page, opening up your app and clicking menu. Click on the About Us tab. Try to get familiar with my software and also teach it to your loved ones. And get your household familiar with my information. It will be useful in the future. You're welcome in advance.
Peace. How everybody doing? Peace. We double casking today. We over there on Chief Holiday's channel. And we also in Tribeup. So peace to the chat. Peace to all the supporters. All the first Americans out there. Everybody that's downloading the Lakeisha app. You know, the members of the Fat Dog. So today, you know, we gonna try to plan a little more structured show. Hopefully hear my voice. But a little glitchy, little time. Hopefully they a segment right here. Um, we're getting some bad streaming, some bad properties. But if the Chief channel shut down because they to the Tribeup channel, and we should be good over there. So definitely go what's up. But I want to say what's up to all the supporters. You know, first in the building on Chief Holiday, we got Arden Roland in there, and we got Copper Tribe or not Tribe. We got Copper Tribe first in the building over there on Tribeup. So yeah, so just in case Chief Holiday channel gets shut down, just go over there to the Tribeup channel, and then you should be okay. We can finish the rest of the show from there. But peace. So today we're going to be talking about the updates in the community. We also going to be talking about some some international stuff as well, and we got to get this stuff rolling. We gotta get going. So today, I guess my opening statement, I just want to talk a little bit um, about us moving forward a little bit. I guess, it's a little more difficult, working with a lot of people than I thought. Now I'm a man of, I'm saying, I'm a man of discipline, and I run on a certain time frame. And so, you can't expect other people to run on your time frame. Um, but I find my, I'm saying, but it's a little more difficult trying to get people caught up than actually doing it. I actually work better, I'm saying, by myself. I get things done because I'm on my own time, and I work better. But the concept is that the more people you have, the faster things should be getting along, and the more people that's helping you, the faster you can get things done. This is the concept that I'm trying to complete. But I'm slowly finding out that the more people involved, sometimes it moves a lot slower because everybody have certain lanes, and so it slows down. It's slowing us down. Trying to get people caught up. People don't understand, because you are your culture is a very consumer culture. It's consumers. You're bred to consume. You see what I'm saying? You are a consumer based culture. The whole entire culture is based on buying things and consuming things, and trying to flip that around and become the actual manufacturing culture is a very big task. And this is kind of in a way what I kind of set up to do. and try to set up to do with all the moving parts and all the people that's involved, and all the people that's doing some of the lifting out there as well, is that we're trying to take a consumer culture or consumer community, because we're the tribe up community. You know what I'm saying? We're the tribe up community. Everybody know who he is. Everybody always got our name in their mouth. They always stealing our stuff. They always trying to look like us, but they don't want to do it. So they know who the tribe up community is. Okay, so let's not get that twisted. And and we're taking this consumer's culture and trying to turn it into a manufacturing culture. You know, it's very difficult because a lot of people always go back to their consumer mindset. And even if you can break some people out of it and get them going, at some point they're going to go right back in the consumer mindset. So it's very difficult to get things rolling dealing with a lot of people at this time. Um, and so I do want to let the people know, but we out here working. You can see in the back, we got the Lakeisha map back there. We got our, you know what I'm saying, we got our regions, mapped out already. These little pings that you see, those are actual people who downloaded the Lakeisha app, and so now they show up on the map. So, a lot of people, you can do your talking, but if you're not showing up on this map, then you're doing something different. There's nothing wrong with doing nothing different, but don't come over here as if you're trying to help, or don't come over here like you're trying to you know do things, um because it doesn't equate. But anyway, so and that's what we set out to do. And it's been a task. And but understand that you are a part of a consumer culture. That's how you've been bred, that's how you've been raised, that's how you've been taught. And trying to flip the switch and turn the culture upside down into a manufacturing culture is very difficult. And I've been listening a lot. I'm a good listener. And I notice a lot of the sayings that you have, and a lot of the little excuses that you have. I notice a lot of them are consumer based sayings and consumer based excuses. And so we're gonna get into a little bit of that a little bit later. But shout out to everybody in the Juggernaut, Chief Holiday, the whole crew. I am you, Libra Sun. We're gonna get into the declaration as well. But while we do that, let's go ahead and let's check out what's up in the description box. Okay? Let's check that out. Okay. Now in the Tribeup description box on this segment, first thing one of the things you will probably find a YouTube channel. The YouTube channel goes to my Keeper of the Kodaks YouTube channel. It's a little nerdy YouTube channels because at this time, what I'm saying, we're looking for a certain type of people with a certain type of skill set at this time to move us forward. Now, that's not to say that other people will not have their time to shine, but right now, we need to get we need to get some people that understands, technology, understands certain things, and that's what that channel is kind of for. So if one of them people kind of consider yourself a nerd, or you have some nerd attributes, definitely subscribe to there. And then you will also see in the description box, you will also see the Universal Media sign up time slot. We are on the verge of, we are about to get our own television network. And so we would like to have structured shows such as this. I am doing a lot here, and I am trying to have a structured show. And it's just so, what I'm saying? And it just so happens that, I'm sort of good at it. I got sort of good at it. And I'm one of the only people that really does like an interactive type of live stream, where you say something, things come up, and it's like an interactive screen and an interactive show, live screen. Most people, they usually make really dope videos with editing, nice music, and things like that. And I don't focus on that. I try to have a real interactive live stream. Like if you see one of my live streams when I'm at my best, um, you would be amazed, and you would probably think that somebody did it, somebody edited and did it on the video. And so that's one of the things that separate Tribe Up, is because we take pride in interactive, live streams. And people you can't really copy that. And I know I make it look easy sometimes, but it's not. And it will be nice to have some more nerds who can actually, who can actually take some of the stuff that I'm doing, and I don't have to worry about it. Right now I'm sitting in front of two computer screens and a phone. You know what I'm saying? I have to listen out to my kids and my wife, you know. Um, then I have software I have to attend to. I'm trying to check the software, the level on the software. I got two different chat rooms going at one time. You know what I'm saying? I have to check the level, and I also have to check the CPUs on the computer. So I'm multitasking, and I'm doing a lot. And like I said, but I enjoy it, and sometimes I even make it look easy. But that's what we try to do over here. When we at our best over here on Tribe Up, we try to have a very interactive live stream where you're interacting with the things that's on the screen. If somebody's talking, Chief Holiday up here, he get to talking. You know what I'm saying? Stuff just comes right up, right? He's talking. Libra Sun say something, boom, fade to that screen. And I want to be able to do that when I'm talking, but I can't. But I try sometimes. So forgive me for my errors. I'm wearing a lot of hats right here, but bear with me. So we're getting our own television station, and you will see the Cognito Forum for 5,000 Elite Universal Media up in there. You will also see 5000elite.com. 5000elite.com is a international corporation. It is legal. It is a legal entity. It is a legal. It is one of our legal from the state of Minnesota and the city of Minneapolis, and St. Paul. It is legally binding. So sometimes a lot of people can't tell what's what because I sit on different boards, and I wear different hats. And so many of the people can't really connect the dots, and they don't really know what's 5,000 lead, what is and what's not. You know what I'm saying? Because I sitting on all these boards. And so we're going to start separating some of that as well. Those of you who members of the 5,000 League, you already know I've been calling you. You know what I'm saying? Definitely go to the 5,000 League website. I mean, YouTube page, because we're going to start streaming from there as well. So just go to your YouTube and type in 5,000 Elite and the page, and click up, come up, and subscribe there. Those of you who has received your replications, your stock certificate and things like that, that is a replication. That is not a 100% authentic from the state. That is a replication because we're trying to put a mechanism in place. So soon you sign up and things like that, you get what you get. You know what I'm saying? And we can move on. So we're going to talk a little bit about that a little bit later. And then you're going to see Tribeup.app. You're going to see Tribeup.app um, slash reference 5,000 elite. That's my little affiliate link. Every time you click that link in the description box and you sign up for Tribeup.app, I get a nickel. So I'm already close to $5 already. So you know what I'm saying. So definitely use that button. You know what I'm saying. Everything I'm saying is in the description box, and I'm explaining it to you. And then we have originaltribalwear.com. Everybody who know originaltribalwear.com, that's our official website where we get our gear at. You know what I'm saying. They got some new gear coming out as well, and they got some new gear. You definitely want to check that out. Originaltribalwear.com. You can see that in the description box. Also, you have a Cognito form to join our community and get on our panel. Now, if you join our community and get on our panel, most of the time, we assume that you are for us. You are for us, but sometimes there be some weirdos on there. But we're gonna talk a little bit about that later as well. Some of the weirdos that get on, because we're gonna start cutting that out as well. And then you'll also see the First American Council. You will see that Cognito form. Definitely go check out the Declaration, First American Declarations. You know what I'm saying? That was carefully, skillfully, chilledfully, kung fu style. You know, I mean, style type of writing for our declaration. And definitely, you're letting us know that we have supporters in your area. That feels good when we get to look up, when we get to update the Lakeisha map, or we get to check the analytics in the declaration, and we can see who's what. It feels good knowing that people's in certain regions out there got our back. It gives us confidence, and it also, it also looks good um, in the right direction. So definitely take advantage of the things we got going on up in the description box. Now, with that being said, what we're going to do is we're going to start with just some community updates. The Tribeup community updates. Tribeup community, what I'm saying, we separate ourselves from the West, from the rest of them. We have carved our little corner over there in the YouTube world, and now we just sitting by ourselves. Every now and then, there's some weirdos that want to come on the panel, and some religious nutbags that want to come on the panel, and that's my fault, and I take complete blame. Matter of fact, let me start there, because we're gonna cut a lot of that out. We're gonna, what I'm saying, we're gonna let the religious nutbags, we're gonna let them go back to their corner, back to their little section, and we're just gonna do us. And I like to apologize to a couple people as well, because I done bumped heads with a couple people like Chief Warrior Minya, and also the Copper Empress, because they too, both of them got on me multiple times about letting these nutbags on a panel. And I usually take the stand that, these religious nutbags, they are my brothers too, and and um and these are the type of people that we're trying to help. I have all these different excuses, or I take the stance that, everybody's my brother, and we need to include everybody. And I'm slowly finding out, and I already found out that many of these religious nutbags, they're not community based. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them not community based. They're for themselves. They're for their sector, or their religious. They're there to talk their religious agenda, and keep it moving. And so, like I said, I've been warned, and I apologize, to also Chief Warrior Media and Copper Empress, because they was the main two telling me to data, leave those nutbags alone. And and shit, you not, both of them are correct. And I found that out personally. And so you're gonna start seeing less nutbags. But we might have some nutbags here and there, maybe on a Saturday night or something, just for fun. But we can't allow them to come when we're doing things serious like the declaration, and where we're trying to move forward and things like that. We can't allow religious nutbags to you know to be a part of what we got going on. At least not just yet. And so I want to start off with saying that. Second, as you can see, what I'm saying, like I say, we got the map behind us, and so we have our different regions. And so each region, what I'm saying, each region will talk to the previous region. Um, each region might have its own direction. Um, so with this being said, there's a lot of things that can take place, and a lot of things that we can do. Now, I don't want to go too far, but I do want to put in your mind some of the things we could do. Not saying we're going to do them, but some of the things we could do just by sectioning off our different regions, and also prioritizing each region. Okay, so just what I'm saying, just section them off and prioritizing each region. We are able to do different things. We can have our own sports teams together, that the Mid Atlantic region versus the Southwest region. We can have our own sports teams. We can have our own communications. We can have our own commerce. What I'm saying, doing business back and forth. We can have in-house customers and also in-house manufacturers. We pretty much would never pretty much have to go out of our, what I'm saying, never have to go out of our circle. So that's actually real. We're actually trying to do that. That's real. But most of the stuff I'm saying is just, I want you to vision and try to get on a track. So it's not set in stone. None of the stuff is set in stone. It's just, I want you to understand where we're going here with these different regions. And so we definitely want to see your region pop up. So definitely tell your people to download the Lakeisha app, get your region represented, um, and definitely get your region going. You know what I'm saying? Because it's enough of the talking, and it's really much. It's time to start moving and doing. And so yeah, so those are some of the things that we could do, but we're starting very subtle, and I'm not gonna sit here and break everything down, but I do want to let everybody know that we are gonna be, you know, what I'm saying, we are gonna be sectioned off in our certain regions, and certain regions are just gonna worry about their region, but we are gonna implement and we are gonna do business and do everything we can with each other. We also got mechanisms and things already put in place where if you walk into a store and let's say you walk into a store in California, right? Okay, you purchase something. Um, each you know what I'm saying, each region can know what products is in that store. You see what I'm saying? They can know the product. Somebody in mid Atlantic region could look up a store, or they can be able to track different products from another side of the country because it's all integrated. Now I know some of this stuff might be a little complex and a little weird, so I'm not gonna try to get too complex because that's why we're trying to draw out the nerds so we can actually have a real complex, well, I wouldn't say it's complex, but so we can have some real nerdy conversations and we can get this groundwork, you know what I'm saying? We can get this groundwork started. You see what I'm saying? And so a lot of people don't really know what actual aggressive work looks like. A lot of people are, you know what I'm saying, sometimes we don't hit that spot. We don't hit that spot that Malcolm X used to hit, or that spot that back power, guru tough guy. Sometimes we don't hit that spot. you know sometimes there might be another spot we trying to figure out. And so we definitely got our things cut out for us. And so just to update and let people know, we're going to be breaking out to our own regions. And so we have regional things put in place, such as regional councils, regional meetings, and also we're going to be doing a show on prioritizing our regions as well. You see what I'm saying? Prioritizing our regions, because each region might not need the same exact thing as the other one. Some regions, like my region, we don't wear t-shirts all year round. Okay? We wear, I mean, openly. Now we might wear t-shirts underneath, you know what I'm saying? And like during the winter, we usually don't buy too many t-shirts in the winter. So certain regions need their own specific, you know, um each region need their own specific, you know, um things that that's accustomed to them. You see what I'm saying? That is accustomed to them. And so that's one thing a lot of people really don't understand, because something over there might not go, and things like that. So we're going to be doing a lot of things like that. So definitely check us out. And understand that we are about to have a full-fledged, 24-hour network. And so this is going to be a lot of responsibility. You see what I'm saying? This is going to be a lot of responsibility, because we're going to have responsibility for each region will be able to have their own headquarters, and each region will be able to talk to other regions, different time zones, and different things like that. So this is very important, you guys. This is very important, what I'm saying to you, because we're not just talking. I know progressive movement might look a little weird for especially a lot of the weirdos. People, I don't know where these weirdos come from, but they always come with the perfect timing, and they always come with, you know, all, what we do, what this, they always come with this self-centered type of solutions. And it's like, okay, it's like, that's good for you. Okay, that's good for you. Okay, but what about the rest of us? They come with this. Oh yeah, one of my guys, he hooked me up in court. Man, there's one of our members. He owned a construction company in Africa. Man, I got a dude that's one of our brothers. Man, down there in Florida, he owns like 4 casinos. Okay, well, that's good for you and that's good for him. What about the rest of us? What about everybody else that's not part of your religion or that's not part of your thing? What about us? because it seems like you guys got everything under control and you guys got everything going the right way for you, and that's good for you. But for the rest of us, what about us? And so it lacks, they lacks community, you see. And so one of the tasks that we try to do is that we're trying to take the consumer culture and we're trying to turn it into a more manufactured culture. And it's very tricky, and sometimes it's just sad because people can't break the cycle. You hear things like, well, you know you don't want to reinvent the horse, or you don't want to reinvent the wheel. You hear things like, well, why do that when you can just go to Walmart and do that? You see what I'm saying? You hear all these different things from a lot of different peoples, and you realize that it's very deep embedded in the culture. You see what I'm saying? You hear things, well, if you build it, they will come. All these little sayings that doesn't really make no sense when you're trying to manufacture, and when you're trying to produce, and we're trying to become independent. Okay, that's it. Trying to get rich, good luck with that. Trying to get rich. Okay, good luck with that. Okay, just trying to be independent. That seems more plausible and more durable to me. Okay, that that's it. And so when you break down some of these little sayings, I want people to understand, because I hear this a lot. When you break down under these little sayings, understand what it sounds to somebody like me, okay, or somebody who's trying to do making and manufacturing to the culture, what that sounds like. If I say to you, well, we finna build something, and you say, well, I can just go to Walmart and I can just get one of those. Then what you're just saying is, no, I don't want to build anything. I don't want to take any time. I don't want to make anything. I am more comfortable with just going with the status quo and going with what is, and just do it that way and live that way. So you're taking out the independence. When you say, well, man, I don't want to reinvent the wheel, you just took out your independence. Because I will reinvent the wheel. Because when I reinvent the wheel, guess who owns the wheel? I do. Okay? So, yes, we do want to reinvent the wheel, because that makes it our will. Okay? If you just want to see a wheel and just say, hey, I have a wheel. I have a wheel. You go right ahead. And see, it doesn't make sense to me if you're trying to build something and you don't want to make it or reinvent it or elevate it, make it better, customize it. If you don't want to do those type of things, and you say, well, that seemed like a lot of work, I would rather go to Walmart, pay my little $90, and then just go on about my day. And I'm saying, look, um, we can make that better. Okay. And not only make that better, it would actually be ours. Okay? So saying something is ours is more important than saying, well, I can get it. You see what I'm saying? And so I'm dealing with a lot of this stuff, and it doesn't really make too much sense to me, because we're after independence. We are not after comfortability. We are, what I'm saying? We are people that is a part of a culture that's trying to get itself together. We are, what I'm saying? If we want to be, what I'm saying? If we want to be by ourselves and just say, man, I'm good. I'm good. Okay? When it comes to me, I'm good. Okay, I got my little stuff, you know what I'm saying? I can sit here and talk about all this good stuff I got. I'm not 100%, don't get me wrong, but I'll be okay. I got my little skills, and I do this and I do that. Yeah, man, I pop collars. I'm all this and I'm all that. But then somebody say, well, what about the rest of us, Data? I mean, I get you, bro. I got it. I got it, nigga. You doing some shit, bro. You do some little shit, some here and there, some ticky tack shit. I get you. But what about the rest of us? And now I'm started stuttering. I get the lying. I get to talking bullshit. And this is what a lot. This is where we can see the religious nutbags coming from a mile away. Is because anytime you get real practical with a religious nutbag or one of these nutbags, they turn completely off. But as long as you can get political and you can get historical, you know what I'm saying, they gon' run you to the ground. You see what I'm saying? So most of the times the religious nutbags come on, I usually just let them talk, and just let them say what they got to say. Oh yeah, we do war and all this and all that, and it's like, okay, who are you warring against? Because last I checked, you guys didn't beat up white people. So I'm wondering who these guys really were against, because they don't fight white people, that's for sure. You see what I'm saying? So it's a little weird. You see what I'm saying? So, but I just want to update the community, let everybody know we're going to be breaking down some of the things, because I know it's kind of confusing. What's 5,000 lead? What's Tribeup? What's this? What's that? And all reality is really none of your goddamn business, as long as we get to go forward. But just to make things a lot more clear, we're going to be doing a little more than in the future. So if you are a member of the 5,000 league, chances are, what I'm saying, many of you you probably received a phone call. So if it's a 612 number called you, that's probably me. Check your email if you get, what I'm saying, check your email, because we need to get everybody from the old. We need to get y'all caught up, because this boat is about to take off. And so we can't take off with the people's missing back there, people giving Google numbers and all types of weird ass shit. And then when we can't contact them, they like, oh, this is some type of scam. Well, it's a scam because, first of all, why would you sign up for something that you can't even give your real number to? Why would you sign up for something and spend 20 goddamn dollars and give them a Google number? Like, what type of weirdo shit you're doing? You see what I'm saying? So, but we out here. But like I say, we got to get this time management under control, because I move at a certain time. I move at my own time. I can't say it's fast. I can't say it's slow. All I can say is mine. You see what I'm saying? And everybody got their own. And sometimes I do sometimes working with other people slow me the fuck down. It slows me down a lot. You see what I'm saying? I can't do everything. Like right now, you have any idea what I'm looking at? I'm looking at two chat rooms. I'm looking at two monitors, one with software and two different softwares. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know what I'm saying? And I'm also trying to look at the clock to try to make sure I can fit this in. You know what I'm saying? Fit this in a timely manner. So it's a lot of things going on, you guys. But we're out here, and like I say, but we finna leave the religious nutbags alone. We finna give them a little day. You know what I'm saying? Where they can come in and do their little religious stuff, a little section or something, and that's about it. If you see some weirdos in the chat room, get them out of here. Get them out of here. We try to keep the peace. We try to welcome on everybody. We try to be the best people we can be. We try to shake everybody's hand. We done tried to knock on everybody's door. We done hit everybody email. Trust me, we've been in everybody email. We've been trying to come with all types of people. But guess what? People ain't trying to help us move. And I don't really know what's that about. And the second you get to asking people, like we get a lot of people. For example, we get a lot of people. They say, "Man, I want to help," and I really, honestly believe that they want to help. But then when we get to talking this international shit to them, they get to like, "What? Huh? Like you said, you want to help, right? Yeah." But then with this where we need help at. What you thought we was gonna ask you to send a couple emails or something? Like we on some international shit. So if you can't do that, and most of the time people they gone. They don't call back. They gone. They be in the chat room and shit. They gone. They say fuck it. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes we get people, they come in, they got their little lane, and they say, well, just help me, just help me do me. And those are the type of people that usually make it. The people that say, what I'm saying, not worrying about me. I got a company, help me with my company, help me with my business. This is not a community worldwide, global, or whatever the hell you talking about. This is for me and for me only. I say, okay, cool. I can respect that. There's nothing wrong with being for yourself. There's nothing wrong with doing for yourself. There's nothing wrong with saying, man, fuck everybody else. I'm getting me. There's nothing wrong with that. But everybody's not like that. So if you come to us like that, we're gonna respect you and we're gonna help you. But if you come in the form of, oh, I want to help you guys. I like what you're doing. I want to be part of the community, and we ask you to do something, or what I'm saying, or something like that, and you can't do it, then just wait your turn. Wait your turn, because We're looking for a certain type of people right now with a certain skill set right now, just right now. You know what I'm saying? Just right now. And then after the skeleton is complete, then now it's time for Libra Sun and Chief Holiday and IMU and the rest of the people to start putting meat on. You see what I'm saying? And whoever else to start putting that meat on. But right now we need to get this skeleton. And that's what you're looking at right here with this Lakeisha app. You're looking at a skeleton right now. This is what our skeleton look like. And we need to get this skeleton up and moving and up and running. And I guarantee you, you're probably not gonna, you're probably not gonna see nothing like this from a religious nutbag or anything like that, because they don't operate like that. They don't even know how many people they have. You know what I'm saying? Some of them, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. But anyway, but if you do want to help, just let us know what it is you do. We might not be able to help you. You might not be able to help us during this time. So if you call us up and say, man, I want to help, I make paper airplanes. We might say, word, for real? Okay, well, we need a paper airplane, and we need one, you know what I'm saying? We need a paper airplane that's made, you know what I'm saying, that's, that can fly in China. Or we need a paper airplane that, people in Dubai want to buy, or some shit like that. And you get to being like, I can't do that. But then you just, you know what I'm saying? Then what can you do? You know what I'm saying? I can, what I'm saying? So people get a little turned off a little bit because we're working abroad. You see what I'm saying? It's like once we start, people come in, we start kicking that international shit to them. It's like people don't. It's like they get turned off. It's like they lose confidence in themselves. You see what I'm saying? And so if you are serious, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people put their money where their mouth is. A lot of people join the 5,000 lead. A lot of people's even on Tribeup. Like, a lot of people don't want to do nothing. And we do know that. They want to be a part of us, but they don't want to do nothing. I hear a lot of people say, well, if you build it, they will come. Well, guess what? If we build it, they ass ain't getting in, because that means it's ours. Okay? If me and Libra Sun built the castle and you walk past every day and watched it, and then all of a sudden we done, and you see us having a couple beers outside, kicking it now that we done building our castle, and you talking about some, oh man, that's a good man, get your ass out of here, bro. We built it. You see what I'm saying? If we built it, we don't want your ass in it. You see what I'm saying? That's the way I feel. But some people say, oh, if you build it, they will come. Well, we tried that already. We tried that. We tried that. Oh, well, won't you show the people something? Well, you show the people something. What the people going to do is the people going to figure out some type of way to turn it into a scam, some type of way to degrade it. You know what I'm saying? Um, some type of way to mess it up. So we just gonna continue with our skeleton. And if you are on this map, you know who you are. If you are in this region, you know who you are. At some point, people in these different regions is going to have to start clicking up with each other and have to start setting priorities for your regions. Okay? I have some priorities on, what I'm saying, for the Midwest region that I want to put on the table. Libra Sun have some. Chief Holiday, IMU, Black Lotus. A lot of them have some things they want to put on the table. But prioritizing is going to have to take place, and we're going to deal with that later. But also, I want to talk about the type of people that we're looking for and the type of people that we need during this time. Now, many people have very good ideas and many people have very good plans, but very small amount of people have yet to take their plan and put them on paper, and take their actual plan and put it and type it down and put it in the computer. And so this is the type of people we're looking for, the type of person who can say, oh man, I got an idea. And we say, okay, write your idea down. 2 days later, boom, they got the idea right there on our desk. That's forcing us and making us do your idea. You just forced us and made it because you just took your time. We have to respect your time. Now, by you just taking the time and putting the schematics or putting the words on your plan and then sending it to us. What you just did, you just made us do your plan just like that. But there's not too many people that do that. And I'm gonna be honest, I only met a couple people, uh, Libra Sun, IMU, Black Lotus, and that's probably. I mean, I got to be honest, that's probably about it. That's the only people that I have, seen. Not saying they're the only people out there that's in the Tribeup community, because I work with people outside the community. I've seen them do that too. But far as in the Tribeup community, those are the only three people I actually seen take that idea and put it on paper. You see what I'm saying? And so these are the type of people we need at this time, because if you got it on paper, we're able to add, we're able to do things. If we're just talking about it, um it feels good. And I know sometimes you got to start with talking, but you have to be able to put an illustration up. You have to be able to put it on paper. And so if you're one of those type of people who can actually come up with an idea and say, and somebody asks you, hey, okay, go ahead and write a plan for that. Go ahead and put that on paper. And you can put it on paper in a set amount of time, because understand, we are going up against time as well. So everything we do and everything we say, it has to be done in a timely manner. And this is why sometimes I get caught up. You see what I'm saying? It's because, you know, I might come out here and say something, be like, hey y'all, hey you guys, we finna build a helicopter factory. I'll say some shit like that. You know, um, and we won't be able to get that done in a certain amount of time. So then something else comes up. So now we done moved into a television factory, because wasn't nobody interested in the helicopter, but a couple people. You see what I'm saying? So now we done moved into talking about a television factory. The television factory got a little bit of clout. So then we done moved into the computer factory. So then the helicopter people come to say, bro, what happened to the helicopter family? What type of scam is you got going on? Well, I thought we was building helicopters. Then the TV people say, man, I thought we was building TVs, bro. Where'd you get the helicopter from? You know what I'm saying? It's because people are not working in a timely manner. You see what I'm saying? So everything has to be done in a timely manner. So if we're gonna do something like this, what we're about to put off, we're not just saying it just to say it. We're literally saying, okay, people finna start moving according to their sections. Okay, this is not new. I'm not saying this is new. It's new to me, but I don't know. And so this means that in a timely manner, people in different regions is going to start hooking up together and forming these councils and things like that. And so we need to be able to do this in a timely manner. And also, a lot of us in the 5,000 Elite, we also need to be doing things in a timely manner. You know what I'm saying? But we can't move without going back and get the older people. So if you signed up 4 years ago or whenever, you know what I'm saying, and you see 612, you know what I'm saying, 612-532, that's me calling you. I'm calling you to let you know, make sure your number's real, update your, you know what I'm saying, you got your own profile now. Each member of the 5,000 League got their own little profile now. And so now we want to make sure you can log in. We have some people that can't log in yet. We got some people that say, cool. You know what I'm saying? Some people that say, yeah, I got the email. I just ain't really checked it yet. You know what I'm saying? Blah, 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 blah. We got a lot of people doing. So if you can please check your email, just log in a timely manner and say, okay, I'm able to log in. Cool. Boom. That's the least amount you can do, is just log in and say, okay, it works. So now we know it works, and we can actually mark down, okay, this person right here, his works. And then we can move on. You see what I'm saying? Otherwise, we're gonna have to go right back around to you at a later date, and we're gonna be like, well, this person ain't called us, they ain't contacted us, that they miss it. And so now we forced to make a decision like, well, shit, they just gonna have to get left behind, or what we got to do. You see what I'm saying? So it's putting us in an awkward position, but it's all good. We will figure it out. And so just be on alert for our updates. And also, if you see some weirdos in the chat, because they like you know, just start deleting their ass, because we're about to start moving forward, and a lot of weirdos is going to be attracted to forward moving progress, but they don't want to be a part of it. What they want to do is they want to try to capitalize themselves of it, or they want to try to look like, you know what I'm saying, try to make us look like fools, try to make us look like clowns or whatever, whatever. And they wearing all this garbage ass shit as a badge of honor. Bro, if you've been around for more than 10 years and you ain't got shit, that is not a badge of honor. That is a badge of shame. Okay? We've been around here for a couple years, and we at least we know how to do a proper live stream show around this motherfucker. Half these guys can't even do a proper live stream. You know what I'm saying? At least we know how to do a proper live stream. You know what I'm saying? So we got things accomplished. Now, we're gonna go ahead. Let me see. Any questions about the updates? You know what I'm saying? We want to get any questions about the updates. Also, if I called you or something, or you call me back or something, don't take it personally. Okay, I'm like I say, I'm sitting on a lot of boards right now. As you can probably see behind me, you see Morgan Freeman behind me. I don't mean to freak people out as if I'm God or some shit like that. There was a Morgan Freeman. That Morgan Freeman thing came. It was a joke. It was a joke that Chief Holiday came up with. Okay. Me and Libra's son and Chief Holiday was on the phone together when Libra's son got done with the declaration, and I was asking Libra's son. I was like, okay, well, if you record the declaration with your voice, who do you want me to speak it? I can make somebody speak it. And he was like, good question. So I was, so we was like, shit, we can make Malcolm X say it. And I was like, well, I can do that. And Chief Holiday was just joking. He was like, man, we should make God say that shit. And it was just a joke. You know what I'm saying? It was just a joke. We was joking this shit. We was like, yeah, that'll be tight. And so, shit, you not, Ty Data weird ass made God say the Declaration of Independence. So I figured out a way to try to make God. So that's why that little Morgan Freeman icon from Bruce Almighty comes up, is because it was a joke we came up with. Nobody is not trying to put ourselves in a position of God or anything like that. It was a joke that, sometimes you got to be careful what you say to guys like me. You see what I'm saying? Because in a couple days we'll have it done, and you'll be looking stupid, telling us, "Oh man, what do you mean? What you was gonna do that? Nope. Okay, man. You know what I'm saying? So I end up did it. So I end up doing it off a little joke. So that's where the little Morgan Freeman thing come in at. So don't be alarmed. It's not part of a religious nutbag or something like that. But we like it. It fits our little thing. You know. Also, I want to talk about the different things that we have. We have the Lakeisha Network, Data Dogs Communication. You know what I'm saying? We have Global Growth Inc. We have Evolution POS. We have 5,000 Lead. Now, I know I sit on all boards. I sit directly in the center. Many of that stuff, many of that has been around for more than 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Data Dogs Communications go back to 2009. You know what I'm saying? The POS system goes back to 2010. Global Girls Inc. goes back to 2011. You see what I'm saying? And so many of these things and many of these projects I've been working for a long time. So it's very hard to tell what's what and who's who and blah 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 blah. But if you can actually take a second and take some time and actually put the dots together, and you can actually kind of see where we're going and actually see where we're saying. And if you can do that, then you definitely need to join 5,000 League, because we need you. Most of these people cannot get the overall message of what we're trying to do. They cannot get the global funneling and the global tunneling. They cannot get that. Most people can only get exactly what's in front of them, or they can put two videos together and they go that far. So if you are a type of person, you know how to connect the dots, because each different company enhances and complements the next company or the following company. So you have Lakeisha App coincide with, the Data Dogs Communication. Data Dogs Communication coincides with the Global Girls. Global Girls coincide with the POS system. POS system, Global Glass. You see what I'm saying? So it's all a big. It's all one big. It's a mess at this moment. Okay, when it comes to documentation and legalization. Now, the only thing that is, what I'm saying, when it comes to documentation and legalization, but the way it works and the way it operates is more important. It's not more important, but it's just as important as well. And so we're fixing all these things legally. Okay, because we just can't keep coming up here saying Lakeisha Network and all this shit, and we don't even, if we don't actually own that name or own that title. We can't come up here and saying Data Dogs Communication and all this other shit if we don't actually own that type of shit. So there's a legal, oh, you can understand some of the legal lies and some of the time that we have to deal with. So this is why we're studying. We're kind of staying in this little community, and I know some people don't like it, and it's some, what I'm saying, it's weird, it's weirdos, religious weirdos, but we kind of at a standstill until we can get all this legal stuff. Everything needs to be legal, encrypted. I'm talking straight. You know what I'm saying? We can't be going off of just, oh yeah, man, I said I'm gonna do that. I said I'm gonna do that. My words, my bond, and all that. No, we don't work like that. We hand your ass one of these cards and or something like that, and we hand you a piece of paper and you sign a piece or whatever that works. You know what I'm saying? We do everything legally, and so that right there is keeping us at a halt for the last couple years, trying to legalize and internalize everything we got going. And now we got, what I'm saying, now we got the First American Council that needs to be legalized and all that type of stuff. And it's all a big mess. And it all is all like, oh man, where does this end? Where does this start? What is this? And we're trying. Right, and so that's what we're going to start doing. So for the next couple weeks, you're going to see 5,000 Lee on his own, YouTube page, doing his own thing. You're going to start seeing, Lakeisha Network on its own thing. You're going to start seeing us break off into these different components, even though all the components complement each other, but you're going to start seeing us separate. And the reason why we're separating is because some of the paperwork is starting to kick in. Now, some of the paperwork is getting on my goddamn nerves, and it have, what I'm saying, and it's have yet to be 100%, what I'm saying, taken care of. But we're still working on it, and so we're separating it because some of the paperwork are starting to kick in. So we are not allowed to associating certain things with certain things. We are not allowed to say certain things at certain times. I am not allowed to do this and do that because I represent this, and you're going to start seeing a little shift in your boy Ty Data, and that's because Ty Data is starting to be squeezed a little bit with this paperwork. So I'm saying I'm gonna try to do less cussing. I'm saying I'm gonna try to be a little more in depth with my stuff. It's not because I'm trying to get weird, I'm trying to sell you out or join the prison gang. It's just because I'm starting to get my paperwork correct, and I can only say what I can say according to the paperwork. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not allowed to just go on the barbershop sometimes and just let it rip. We used to have weirdo Wednesdays where we be talking about aliens and all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna start seeing less of me doing that type of stuff. It's not because I think I'm fucking snobby and shit, and Ty Data is better than everyone and all that. No, it's because Ty Data has got some damn paperwork, that he needs to watch his mouth. If you understand what I'm saying. And so when you start seeing that, don't get alarmed. Okay, just understand the brother is working his magic. Okay, we out here working our magic. And so let me see. Do we have any questions? Do everybody understand what's about to go down? Do everybody understand what we're about to do? What's going on? The potential. We're good on that. We're good. Sorry, I can't really shout everybody out because that's going to throw me all off. Are we good on that? Okay. Okay. So we got this. So now we're gonna move on. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the declaration. Okay. First American Declaration. Now you can look in the description box and you can download that. Now the declaration map, the declaration is something that's separate. What I'm saying, I'm intertwined with it as well. You see what I'm saying? Um, we have, what I'm saying, we haven't done all the paperwork, so we're starting to get our paperwork together, our ideas together. We're starting to get this skeleton together. Okay. Now, if you want to help us get this skeleton together, because this is something that just started on the 4th. Okay. It's been in the works for a while, but we just started on July 4th. Kicking this down. So if you want to be a part of it, make sure you're the type of person that if you come out with an idea, we're in a meeting, and you come out with an idea, and it might be a darn good idea, better than everybody else in the panels. And if we say, hey, can you get that on paper and hook that up? And you're not allowed, and you can't do that, then you just wasted our goddamn time. You just wasted our time. So if you want to help during this time, during the skeleton building time, we need people who can write their ideas down on a sheet of paper or in a computer, a PDF. You get your ideas down, boom. We can read them. We can let Lakeisha read them. We can fix them up. Oh, you know what, bro? You got an E. You know what I'm saying? When it should have been an I. Oh, okay, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's no big deal. Nobody's gonna be, talking behind your back and all this. Because we all make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? But physical life is actually perfect. You know what I'm saying? It's the mental life that's actually um that's actually uneven, or that's not fair. You know what I'm saying? Physical life is perfect. And what I mean by that is like physical life. That means like physical things. Like if I jump up, I will fall down exact same amount of almost exact same amount of force as I jumped up. If I lift weights, I will get buff. If I eat too much, I will get chunky. You know what I'm saying? If I, um, if I, don't clean myself, I will get dirty. If I clean myself, I will get clean. So physical life is pretty perfect. It's the mental life that's unfair sometimes. You see what I'm saying? Now, that's unfair sometimes. Because now sometimes you can be nice to people, and sometimes motherfuckers mean to you. Sometimes the meanest person is the luckiest person you ever seen. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the good guy finish last, and all that's usually some mental type of shit. Mental is, when it comes to mental life, just it's complicated. You know what I'm saying? So you need a combination of both. But if you can understand, at least the physical part is a lot more perfect. Okay, it's a lot more perfect. Now, how about that? Let me correct that. It's a lot more perfect. So if you can just at least understand the physical part and get your physical part, because that's dealing. You know what I'm saying? So if you come and you want to join, you want to help, be willing to help. That's cool. We love that. But understand, we are globalists and we are international people. So if we ask you to do something global, international, and you can't do it, don't just leave. Don't just leave. Because you see a lot of people left. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people left. They didn't want to be involved with nothing tangible like that. You know what I'm saying? I remember a long time ago, you know, when we first started Tribeup. I mean, I'm over here pumping out 24 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I stay up. Couple times I stayed up 24 hours to make sure the live streams up. Sometimes I napped in between. My electric bill. Sometimes my electric bill would go up a couple $100. You see what I'm saying? A couple $100. Sometimes I had to, I would, I would ask the wife and kids, can y'all go over y'all mama house? Can you go over your mama house while I go live? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I do stuff like that. So I was sacrificing a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying, which is my problem, which is my fault. I don't blame anybody. But sometimes I ask people that come on the panel, I say, hey bro, can you give a little shout out to the Lakeisha app, a little shout out to 5,000 Leaf for me? Why you on the panel and shit? Some people was like, cool, shout out to the 5,000 elite, blah, 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 blah. This motherfucker kicking out all types of shit. Some people was like, ugh, nah, I don't do all that. And they laugh. They laugh. Cause they couldn't get they couldn't even fix their mouth to get a little young brother a shout out. You know what I'm saying? Who's pumping out all this shit, $200 damn light bills and all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers was like, I'm good. So peace, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Peace. You know what I'm saying? So we had no problem rooting out the weirdos. And but what we're gonna do is we're gonna check out the declaration, you guys. Y'all know, definitely look at the description box and download that. we ask you just to put, an email. Your name is optional. We don't care. We don't need your name at this time. You know what I'm saying? At least an email. You know what I'm saying? You see, you see a lot of protests, and you see a lot of online movements and a lot of online communities. They get together and they have these little sit-ins. Like, I remember one time there was some group of weirdos. It was like thousands of weirdos, and they like laid down at the Mall of America. And you go to the Mall of America, you have to step over all these people because some internet bullshit. Who pulled that off? I want that person to call me. Who did that shit? How, you know what I'm saying? So we're not gonna be doing nothing like that. But that network and whatever they use to get that done, yeah, we want to be on that level. We're trying to get on that level. If we can say, you know what, shit, let's get 80 people to go lay down at the mall and shit, just to make a political statement, because a lady um stepped on her stepped on a cat or some shit, or something weird, you know. So we're on the verge of doing that. And the declaration is something that represents us. And so if you feel the need to correct during this time, okay, if you feel the need to add on during this time, we definitely will love that. We will love somebody to say, "Oh, you know what, you forgot this, or you should add this." Because according to Sector 77 of 1969, with the Harvard versus you know Judas and blah 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 blah, and that happened, you should add this. And we'd be like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? So definitely do that. Okay? Definitely do that. But definitely go download the declaration, you know what I'm saying? The declaration, because it shows support, and it's also let us know how many people we working with. Because I'm very bad. I'm very good on analytics. I'm very big on analytics, because the analytics can tell us what we're working with. You see what I'm saying? It's definitely everybody knows that. If you know Ty Data, you know Ty Data is an analytical weirdo, you know, and so we definitely need that. So check that out. Now, those of you in the Mid Atlantic region, you know what I'm saying? Libra Sun got some stuff in store for you. That's going to be one of our thresholds. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be one of our starting points as well. And so we are expecting big things out of that. But unfortunately, if we come up with a basketball team here in the Midwest, unfortunately, the rest of y'all regions, it's a wrap for y'all. It's a wrap for y'all. I can tell you right now. If we get a basketball league going per region, you know what I'm saying? With Chicago right there, Gary right there, what else we got right there? You know what I'm saying? We got Wisconsin right there. We got Detroit right there. Whew, with these dudes right here, man, these dudes play in the wintertime. So if we do get a league together, if we do get a sports league together, you best. I know I ain't gonna even mention football, because everybody know the football started up here. The Mid Atlantic region, y'all blew it up. Y'all made it what it is today, because there was a bunch of hillbillies at first playing around. But if we do get some sports teams together, you best believe that the Midwest is going to be winning some championships. You know what I'm saying? Especially in basketball. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there will be some rivalries going, but it's all to be innocent. You know what I'm saying? It'll all be innocent, and it'll all be, you know what I'm saying? We'll all be benefiting from each other anyway. But I'm serious. If we get a basketball team, we're winning. And I know Chief Holiday saying like no, not, you know what I'm saying? I know Chief Holiday, you like hell no. And I know them East Coast brothers are like they ain't even they like, bro, you give me what you smoking, bro. They ain't even feeling it. Them down south brothers down there, they know what's up. They know what's up. So but yeah, so we gonna be breaking off, and and we gonna be representing you know our section, and we're gonna be making sure our section is well taken care of. You know, and we're going to be clicking up. So right now I'm working with, you know what I'm saying, I'm working with about 8 people. You know what I'm saying? 8 people from my region already. We got each other's phone numbers. We kicking the car. We ain't had no meeting yet. So we're gonna start having meetings as well. So we're gonna start having regional meetings, And so people can come in, join your skills. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got no time, oh man, I'm a single mom. I got 2 jobs and I got 5 kids. Okay, we got you. We get you. You ain't got no time. You know what I'm saying? But just let us know you still love us every once in a while. Give us a little text. I can't make it, but my love is there. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying, we appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? So definitely. So that's what the independence. That's what the declaration is right there. That's what it's for. And so a lot, some time did get taken into the declaration, and so the declaration is going to represent us in a social political way. It is not. It is not nothing more than that. Many of the times we come out here, we always talk about social political. The reason why we talk about social political because it gives us a it lets you know what we're doing and where we're going, because that means like it's how can I explain it like how a lot of these, for example, when you watch these big dudes marching on the streets, garments on and hats on and all type of stuff on, and they marching down the street, that feels good. It feels good to see these big dudes in these towns marching down the street. Some of them got shotguns. You know what I'm saying? Some of them don't. Some of them got Bibles. Some of them got, you know, feds is on or whatever. Whatever. You see them marching down the streets. That feels very good. It does. It's good for the kids to watch too. That's very. It feels good. You see what I'm saying? But it doesn't give you anything tangible. You see what I'm saying? It's not anything tangible. It's something that feels good. So many times when we talk on our social political level, and we talking about social political, we're talking about something that feels good. You see what I'm saying? With the potential you know, to actually be something concrete. So anytime you hear us say social political, we're letting you know right off the bat. Because a lot of these dudes that say, "Oh man, we, you know what I'm saying, we war guys, and what I'm saying, we ready for war and blah 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 blah," and then you ask them who you ready to for wars for, because you guys don't fight white people. So are you guys warring up for us, or what are you warring up for? What type of war? Are you talking spiritual war, motherfucker? Are you talking candle hand comeback, nigga? Karate, nigga? Like, what I'm saying? When you get to talking to some of these dudes, you get to realize like they don't know what the hell they talking about. But guess what? It does feel good. It feels very good to have some big, strong brothers come out here and talk about how they break necks and how they'll do this for the black community and they'll do that. It feels good. That's what we call social political. But see, they don't call it social political because they take it literal. You know what I'm saying? These dudes really think they're a fucking army with no goddamn communication system. These dudes really think they got some shit together. And it's like, nah, man, y'all motherfuckers y'all a social political group, bro. Just come out with your social political group so that way you can get more support. So you don't fucking going around telling people have trying to have people think you're a real fucking army and y'all niggas is really ready for war and shit. No, y'all want to make us feel good. We need that. I like that. You know what I'm saying? No point intended, and I'm not even being sarcastic. I love that shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Dudes walking down the street, 30, 40, 600 deep, marching. You be like, wow, that feels good. You know, that's social political food. And so, you know, and right now, our declaration, is meant to feel good. And yes, it's a little bit of social political food. So we don't have no problem with telling you that. So we're not going to sit here and tell you we're marching up to Congress and we're going to the UK and we're going here and we're going to slap this declaration and they're going to kiss our feet and they're going to give us our land and they're going that's what they sound like. And they be swearing up and down that somebody did it before and they gonna do it. It's like, no, bro, it's meant to feel good. But guess what? Some of the things that's meant to feel good, if there's proper connections and proper work ethic behind it, it could be how good that it feels, and what the feeling you have, it could become 100% real and realistic. So it has that type of potential. Like many of these guys marching, they have the potential to be a full-fledged army with actual hardcore work and things involved. So that's why it feels good, because it plays on your potential. You see these dudes marching down the street and you like, shit, man, that's a potential army right there. You see what I'm saying? Too bad half these motherfuckers gonna go to jail, gonna go back to selling drugs and whatever, whatever, whatever. And some of these people just gonna have to go to work in the morning and work the rest of their life until they die. You see what I'm saying? Too bad on that. But it feels good. But if they work hard enough and they get the proper connections and they do the right things, there is a chance that they can literally become a full-fledged army. But it seems like over 100 years, we gave up. And so when you're dealing with the declaration as well, you're dealing with something that if we work hard enough, and if we do, what I'm saying, we ain't no such thing as doing everything right. But if we at least try again and build this, build these communities and build these regions like we supposed to, um, that declaration is going to be something very, special throughout our culture, even though I feel like it is right now. You know what I'm saying? But I know some people don't. And um hold on one second. Hold on one second. I'm getting a message. Let me see. Is that no? Yeah, I don't think that's for me. I don't think that's for me. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and move on. But everybody understand what's going on about the declaration. The declaration is in the description box. Okay, so just go down there. I think it's the last one. Just go down there, click on that, download it, boom. Put your little region. So now we can know. So now let's go ahead and move on. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and read the story about Venezuela's gold. This is a little world news, because this is a little world news that I wanted to talk about and want to implement as well. So Venezuela uh, presidents, or one of Venezuela's presidents, had had let England and let the UK hold their gold, because within the it was supposed to be that UK will keep their gold safe. Okay, so there's like 1.2 billion, or there's millions of billions of dollars of gold that many of these countries give to a lot of these European countries, because a lot of these European countries are very far away. Hold on a second. A lot of these European countries are heavily armed, heavily guarded, and some of them are very far away, than their actual rivals. So sometimes you got two countries who rival with each other, and if you know what I'm saying. So what they would do, they would say, okay, well, we're gonna give our gold, and we're gonna give our precious jewels and stuff. We're gonna give that to England, and we're gonna let England hold it for us. So after we done conflicting with this war, and we're going, you know what I'm saying, we're going to take a little bit and let England hold our money for us. So this is what's been happening the whole time. So a lot of the times when you be seeing these places blow up, and France blew up, and all these places in America blow up and things like that, sometimes those are some of those countries, trying to get their assets back. And many of these countries like America and England and all them, many of them just totally just jack them. You see what I'm saying? And I remember seeing something in the news, with Iraq. They had held some funds in Iraq, and then Obama gave their money back, and people was like, "Why'd you give their money back?" And they this and that. We should have kept it and things like that. So there's a lot of stealing going on with many of these European countries. If you notice, many of these European countries, they don't make anything. You know what I'm saying? When you think about the iPhone, you think in America. When you're thinking about, a TV, a cell phone, you're thinking China. You really can't find not too many things besides maybe a car or a couple other things that's actually made in many of those European countries. You see what I'm saying? So you can't help to wonder, think what are they, how are they getting their money? You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. That's a whole nother story. But according to the story, if you take it face value, you can understand the gist of it is that Venezuela, one of Venezuela presidents, had let the UK hold its gold. Okay, because it's supposed to be that, okay, you hold my gold, you keep it safe for me. Now, just a couple days ago, they asked for it back, and so you already know what I'm finna. You already know how the story finna goes. You already know how it's finna go. So, I forgot the man's name. one of the Venezuela presidents or one of the Venezuela councilmen, whatever position he has. I'm gonna let Lakeisha read that. So, because I got a couple other things I'm gonna do, and then we're gonna go to our closing statement, and then we're gonna go to fat1000elite.com for a second, talk a little bit about that, and then we're gonna go ahead and head out of here. And so yeah, so basically the UK told them like no, and they said America stepped in. They say, oh well, America stepped in and said no. So now these guys are keeping Venezuela's gold now. And so um first off, why is Venezuela moving that much gold? Second off, well that's kind of a given statement because it's theirs. That's the fuck why. But and why are they denying them their own gold? You see what I'm saying? They're denying them their own gold. And this right here is a crime. This is called stealing. Okay? Embezzlement or whatever you want to call this is called stealing. And so now for the next couple weeks, they're going to be trying to find out some type of way of why they can't get the gold back. And right on cue, most European people and most of the people in your culture, they're going to get right on cue and they're going to back up their government just like that. Yeah, those guys are weirdos. Those guys are this and those guys are that. They're going to start doing hardcore investigations to find some garbage over there in Venezuela and make it seem like that garbage only exists in Venezuela. No, only Venezuela got pedophile priests. Now, only Venezuela's got, you know, um, only Venezuela's got those type of crimes. So they're gonna be selling that for the next couple of days. And so the reason why I say this and the reason why I feel this story important is because it goes to show that we're running out of time. And I don't mean like no Armageddon type shit. It just means like everybody else is moving fast. You see what I'm saying? Everybody else is moving fast, going into the future. They got in China they got a whole bus line that don't even have a person driving the bus. They got like a whole bus line where it's a robot, it's robot buses and shit. You know what I'm saying? So they don't even have to hire bus drivers in some of these cities because the bus will go pick people up. So everybody else is moving so fast, and and it's just like we're moving so slow. You see what I'm saying? And so this is one of the parts I like about the story because it shows how slow we're moving and it shows where everybody else at and we're over here worrying about this weirdo stuff. You see what I'm saying? And so they basically took their goal. And they probably not going to. I'm pretty sure they're not going to get it back, and they're going to figure out some type of way not to get it back. So you can just Google Venezuela gold, and many stories will pop up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and let Lakeisha read this part while I go get another part and go get another part. I got to do some other stuff. So we're going to let Lakeisha read this part. Shout out to everybody. Download the Lakeisha app. Make sure you check that out. And then let's go ahead and get into the story.
Nicolas Maduro's embattled Venezuelan regime, desperate to hold on to the dwindling cash pile it has abroad, was stymied in its bid to pull $1.2 billion worth of gold out of the Bank of England, according to people familiar with the matter. The Bank of England's decision to deny Maduro officials' withdrawal request comes after top U.S. officials, including Secretary of State Michael Pompeo and National Security Advisor John Bolton, lobbied their UK counterparts to help cut off the regime from its overseas assets, according to one of the people, who asked not to be identified.
Okay. Shit. I wasn't fast enough. Hold on 1 second. I was trying to get this done before she done. But so anyway, basically, if you understood that quick enough, you understand that they said that the U.S. Secretary of State or something like that stepped in and told them that they couldn't have their money. You know what I'm saying? And so uh, it's a very strange thing, but it actually goes on a lot. You see what I'm saying? And this is why sometimes some of these countries begin attacked and you get ISIS popping up and things like that. You know what I'm saying? You never really know unless you're in tune with the actual underground international world. If you're not into the international underground world, then chances are you living in this consumer ass, customer ass, based ass world that we're trying to put some actually real reality into it. But instead of just taking you there, slowly feeding you this shit so you can understand. But many other people can understand that what's going on and what we're doing and all these people getting together in this Tribeup community and the declaration and we got Global Girls Inc. and all this. Some people can understand, bro, that ain't no random stuff, bro. You can say what you want to say about me. I'm a bit of a weirdo. I get it. But you gotta understand, like I'm not a random person though. That's what you need to understand about me. I don't like randomness. Sometimes I'm at my best though when I do something random, but I don't like randomness. So when we come out here and something like that, we out here. So this is weird. But just check a little more out this. Check.
The UK followed the US and other countries on Wednesday in recognizing Juan Guaido, the National Assembly leader, as the legitimate president of Venezuela. Maduro, an authoritarian ruler who's overseen the country's collapse into economic chaos, refuses to give up power, though, and has the backing of the military. The European Union threatened to recognize Guaido unless a credible presidential election is called within 8 days, according to a draft statement seen by Bloomberg. The U.S. officials are trying to steer Venezuela's overseas assets to Guaido to help bolster his chances of effectively taking control of the government.
Yep.
The $1.2 billion of gold is a big chunk of the $8 billion in foreign reserves held by the Venezuelan central bank. The whereabouts of the rest of them is largely unknown. Turkey, though, has emerged recently as a destination for freshly mined Venezuelan gold.
So as you can see, U.S. is at work. They're in their nose in somebody else's business again, and so now you can understand. You understand what we look like on a national scale. And some of this stuff is not new. Some of this stuff is very predictable. Some of this stuff is 100% the American people's, the arrogant ass American people's attitude. Now, I know a lot of you guys separate yourself from Americans and you guys think Americans is just white people and white people think Americans is this and that. You really don't understand that all you guys' personalities is just like that, including mine. You know what I'm saying? All of our personalities is just like this country's. You see what I'm saying? But for some reason, we can't see it in ourselves unless we can go outside the culture and outside from another perspective. And then we can look in and we can see all this stuff that Americans be doing. We have the same mindset. We have the same concept of the world. We have the same type of, nah, man, they can't get it. They ain't homies. They ain't rolling with us. We taking it. You got Jack. I mean, we all have that same arrogant ass just attitude. And and I believe the only way I can help you to see it in you is to show you what your country do. And you might not say, well, I don't do that. I never did that. But that attitude, that same arrogant attitude, we all have it. And on top of that, we have that same attitude, and then it's covered up under a consumer based culture. So we have a very arrogant, a very super high, arrogant, bully, whatever type of attitude. And then we back it up on consumerism. You see? So it's the whole culture is built up to just be, it's built up to be a bunch of people walking around feeling good, feeling arrogant, and just broke as hell and just, you know what I'm saying? It's mind boggling. You see? And so trying to, not even trying to break it, but just trying to have a little section of people that just don't think like that, who actually say, well, shit, I'll reinvent the real. That makes it my will. Okay? I'll reinvent it. But we got a bunch of people that say, well, man, I don't want to reinvent the real, man. That shit take too much time, bro. That shit's going to take time, mind, body, and soul. Man, I'm going to go to Walmart and get me a wheel. Okay, well, you go get your motherfucking wheel from Walmart. I'm going to go build my wheel over here. Okay? Because I own it then. I own mine. Okay, you see what I'm saying? So it's kind of weird. But yeah, they just jacked him. They just got jacked. And so something's about to pop off, it seems like.
Read more, why Venezuela's rival leaders are dueling over Citgo. The U.S. is leading an international effort to persuade Turkey, a key Maduro backer, along with Russia and China, to stop being a conduit for these gold shipments. Europe's shift of position clarifies the international battles lines over Venezuela and aligns key powers such as Germany, France and Spain more closely with the Trump administration.
But this is one thing I like about England. This is one thing you got to give it up from England. England always make America the scapegoat. We all know England is 100% behind all this. But guess what? They're going to make it seem like the Americans is. Oh, yeah, we only did it because the American administrations and the Americans did it. The English over there sitting pretty as hell, you know what I'm saying? And they still maintain a little bit of innocence, if you can even call it that, compared to the U.S. Because U.S. are their attack dogs. U.S. are their hitman. They're their squad. And so anytime something goes wrong, they say, "Oh yeah, the Americans did it." And you already know the American has the attitude. The Americans have that same type of attitude that yeah we did it. We yeah we did it. And or you can just trick the Americans to make them think they did it. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of weird things going on. But I definitely want people to pay attention to that. Check that out. Also, with my closing statement is going to be a little weird today, because I stumbled upon something weird, and I figure it might be a little topic in the community. Um, just to check it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with my closing statement, and we're gonna go from there. You know what I'm saying? My closing statement is that I wanna let the people know that I stumbled upon a video and some articles about that these people have figured out a way to take out uterus and put it in their women and have babies with them. So let me say that again. So the artificial prototype people have figured out a way, okay, to take uterus from dead women. They don't even have to be alive. They can be dead. And I'm pretty sure they probably prefer them dead. But anyway, they take a uterus from a dead woman and they can put it in their living women. Okay? And what they can do is they can actually have babies now from a dead woman's uterus. So, sisters, brothers, you know, definitely, get yourself hooked up with the Lakeisha Network. Definitely understand that there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of things out here. And some of us really know what's going on, but we just play dumb. We just play dumb. Um, but we're not. So definitely figure out a way. We're running out of time, and I hate to say that because it seems like, oh, okay, it seems like I'm trying to make myself holy and shit, and like I have the secret and shit like that. I'm really not trying to do that. I'm really just trying to like get things going because things are getting worse and they're going to get worse, and it's going to be more clever at the same time. So not only is it going to get worse, you're going to be further from the truth to see it than ever. And those of us who have to wake up every day knowing what they're doing and things like that, is not as easy. It's not that simple. You see what I'm saying? For us. So I do want to ask, and do want to let the people know, if you don't really understand what's going on and you don't really care for the indigenous and the Moors and the Hebrews, at least download the Lakeisha app and just help us get this network together so we can have a force field around our community. if you can understand what I am saying. Okay, if you do not understand what I'm saying, I'm sorry. That's the lowest I can go. So with that being said, that's my closing statement. And we're going to go ahead and go with the 5,000 lead. If you are a member of the 5,000 lead, I probably called you already. That's me. For the 612 number, it's not a bill collector. It's not an old boyfriend. It's not a. I'm a little bit of a weirdo, but I'm not like a real, weird bastard. Okay, okay. That's me calling you, cause so I want to keep you informed and I want to keep you updated. Some of the paperwork are starting to kick in, and so some of us, some, in some sense, we're gonna have to start separating. Our language is gonna have to start changing, and so I want to make sure you are aware of some of the things that's going on, whether it's legal, and I want to keep you up to date. Each member of the 5,000 League have their own profile, and so we want you to be able to log into your profile, and to give you different types of features and different types of things, and so that way we can figure out, what is need to do in your region, in your neighborhood, or vice versa, however you want to split it. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, if you can answer my call, answer my email. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get everybody on their cards. You know what I'm saying? We probably be dishing out the new 2019 cards, maybe, if we can get things done in a timely manner. So everything has to be done in a timely manner. It just can't be done. It just can't be moving. We just can't be going. Okay, that's the excuse I use all the time. Oh yeah, well at least we going. That shit doesn't cut it anymore. Okay, that shit doesn't need to be cut it. We need to be saying, oh, we're on schedule. Oh, we're a couple months off schedule. Or we need to be talking a little more like that. If you understand what I'm saying. So definitely, if you don't understand everything, at least sign up for the fact. I mean, at least download the Lakeisha app. At least. You see what I'm saying? Because we out here and the force field is real. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get up out of here. And y'all know how we do. Peace.
Watch it take over. All this shit that you see, we gon' make our way to the top. You can trust now, trust and believe. Watch us take over. Yeah, all this shit that you see, we gon' make our way to the top. You can trust, yes, trust and believe. Watch us take over. Yeah, my dad is drumming differently. We find the wins in all the games that they try to play. We held our ground, tell our fans through the poverty. While leaders down, knowledge drown, but we find a way. Life was cold, but we made it hot. No matter how it goes, we gon' make it pop. Black is like a gold or a precious rock. So message to my foes, we gon' never stop. Cause all of us ain't ignorant. Learn the light, see the code, you'll see the difference. Cause all of us ain't ignorant. Learn the life, see the code, you'll see the difference. Watch us take over. All this shit that you see, we gon' make our way to the top. You can trust now, trust and believe. Watch us take over. All this shit that you see, we gon' make our way to the top. You can trust now, trust and believe. Watch us take over.
From the land of the street lights where kids get kidnapped. Black man murdered through a white man's dispatch. But my aggression overcomes the oppression, and the fact that I can speak is my deadliest weapon. Look, this for the ghetto, shit that only we see. They take us out the streets and stash us in the OBCC. Now these shell tops slowly walk the cell block. I swear this shit can get funkier than stale socks. So I learned to be humble in this jungle. Keep some pads in my step, cause if I stumble, shit can crumble. The cops keep killing all our soldiers, trying to control the population, cause they know one day we
watch us take over.
Yeah.
All this shit that you see, we gon' make our way to the top. You can trust now, trust and believe. Watch us take over. All this shit that you see, we gon' make our way to the top. You can trust now, trust and believe. Watch us take over. All this shit that you see, we gon' make our way to the top. You can trust now, trust and believe. Watch us take over. All this shit that you see, we gon' make our way to the top. You can trust now, trust and believe. Watch us take over.